Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Brews&Boost channel. On today's episode, got some new suspension. Got these coilovers from Gecko, and with all Z31s they're going to be a weld-on kind of process. Tells you what to do right here. Pretty simple instructions. So yeah, we'll get to that. Probably end up pulling the whole front end off since it's Sunday and no welding places open today. We'll just have them off and ready so that way we can take them in tomorrow and get them put on and finish it up. But should be able to get them pulled off and probably the rears put on. Actually, probably start with the rears so we could at least do those, and then pull the fronts off and then call it a day because it's already hot outside. Alright, so to get this setup out that I have going on, you gotta slightly jack up on it and then the bolt should push through. There we go. Come on. Eventually it'll push through. Just gotta find the right pressure on it. There we go. But anyways, with the new suspension I won't have to use these TN adjustable spring buckets apparently, but if they're too soft I'll probably end up putting those back in there because I hate having the back end of these cars squat so hard. So even with coilovers and stuff, these ones are really stiff, but it wasn't a full set that I got for this. The other front to these are on the Maxima because it was just horrible, and it just so happened that they bolted right on. So food for thought, if you ever switch them over, maybe you'll want some adjustable spring buckets even with the coilovers, but we'll see how the Geckos are. Alright, we've got the rears assembled and on there. Sitting pretty much flush with wheel well, maybe up a little higher than yeah, it's actually higher than wheel well. I just don't have the spacers on there for these rims right now, but happy with how it's looking, that's for sure. I had to grind down the little bump stop things inside there. I don't know if you can see it at the bottom, towards the where the bolts go through, because those Heim joint ends were a little thicker than the stock ones. But got them both in there. The rears are the easy part though. Just remember that. It's going to be the easiest part. Driver's side rear is going to be like the hardest part, just because you got to like stare through this little window at the speaker hole and get those 3 bolts up on top. But I'll flip it around now and pull it in the other way, and we'll jack up the front and start taking off basically everything because it's all being replaced, so I don't really have to worry too much about that. Might have a problem with the sway bar, we might not, because it's welded in there. Not like the bar itself is welded in there, but the brackets are welded in there because it's long story, but yeah, you'll see that later. Alright, on a secondary side note, on the new control arm, I was looking at it and I was like, okay, that's cool. New sway bar thing, it'll be all adjustable. And the tension rods that are all adjustable, even though I already got some adjustable ones on there. But the problem is where this thing comes straight up and down, my style comes straight up and straight over. Now I specifically asked them for the Zenki style, so I don't know why they gave it to me like that, which is weird. But let's see. Just so that way I'm not crazy. Let me make sure that this one has the same type. Nope, that one goes straight up and down. So those control arms would work great for this car. Not for this one. Gotta order some new end links. Ain't that about a bitch? Alright. more stuff. We got the strut out now. So I will just have to take it to town and get it cut right up in here. And then that piece welded on. Ball joints were a little bit of a bastard to get out of it, but if the other one's a struggle too, I'll show you a way to get it out with a jack and a big fucking hammer. Okay, so to get the ball joint out, I have propped it up on 2 jack stands. And let's just see if it'll work. Ooh, kill that spider.
Where?
Give me that.
Give me that. Give me that.
Fucking death. Oh. Anywho, back to what we're doing. Alright. Just like that. Real easy. Struggled with the other side until we figured that out. So for reference, to get this thing off, the bolt on the end, if you don't want to fuck with the dangers of the spring compressor, I just took a piece of plywood, spare piece of plywood, so they knew, and cut a hole through it, and shoved my ratchet through, and then just wrapped it from that side so that way it wasn't going to fly at me in case it had some strong pressure still. So that was easy. Good tip to know. Got the ends all cut off and welded up. I'll trust that. Alright, so today we should just be able to slap all of this stuff on, except there is one thing. It's kind of a pain. What, Oliver? Okay, so these things, the roll center adapters that Techno Toy has. Let's see, yeah, this is the right side. Alright, so these things go on this right here, like that, but it is not sitting down flush on it. And when I asked people online, they said that you have to cut the top of this bolt a couple threads to make it come down, and then get a Carter pin in there. I talked to Techno Toy Tuning, and they said that they might have sent me the wrong joint right here, but from what everyone said online is they're just trying to cover their ass. But I'll end up just grinding these down and slapping this on there for now, and then when Techno Toy does send me the new stuff, I'll just take a look at it and see what's going on. If I need to, I can just take it off and replace it. Should be pretty easy once all this stuff's in here. Since it's all new and adjustable, it should just come apart really easy. These pieces, I am going to probably take it to like Les Schwab or something to put these in. Techno Toy emailed me and told me that these things wouldn't work because they were for like a 240, 60, or 80. And then I was like, damn, that sucks because I have a 300ZX. And then they emailed me again and said that there was some sort of mishap or something, because apparently these do work for it. So these will be on here like so, with new gold rod arms, and then these little Heim jointy things will replace the ball joint or tie rod end, little rubber thing that's in here. So that'll all be replaced, and then never have to worry about them again, really, because once they're Heim joints, metal on metal, it's not like it's gonna rub away or something like the rubber ones. So alright, we'll get these things put on there and see how she feels. Okay, coilovers are on. They didn't come with a brake line holder, so I just kind of zip tied it to the side. I don't think that's really gonna matter, but So bump steers are on, and I just put them in the original, or the RCA spot, I guess. I could have put it over here and it would have gave it some super negative camber, but I still daily drive this car, so I don't want it too messed up. I got to adjust these rods next. They can spin and make it longer. Changes the toe of the vehicle, but I won't know that until I get the wheel on and I measure from the back side of the wheel to the fender, and then from the front side of the wheel to the fender, and then I'll match up the other side so they're equal. So yeah, get these put on and then we'll go for a drive. Now the sway bar is still not going to be attached because I don't have the right end link for it right now. There we go. I don't have the right end link for it to fit into this like that. It's just the wrong end. So they're sending me some new end links, but I don't know, even with just coilovers on the front without a sway bar, it'll still be a lot better than what it was. For reference, where'd that control arm go that was over here? Oh. Well, I was going to point out the blown out control arm, but we already threw them away. Alrighty. Alright. Coilovers are all on. And went through and adjusted the tension rods. Basically, I just put my hand like this and got 4 fingers on both sides, and then redid that on the other side, and then checked the thread count and made sure they were the same. Had to put it up on wood ramps because I dropped it down and it basically just like laid right on the jack, so it's definitely going to be lower. I guess we'll go take a little drive and see how she is. Well, coilovers are a success. The car is definitely riding better than it ever has before. I'm sure it'll be a whole lot better when the sway bar's connected, but right now I'm happy with it. My alignment is a little bit off now, so I'll have to get the alignment done and probably the tie rod ends put on at the same time. Definitely feels a lot better though. So don't forget to like and subscribe, follow along. We'll have a lot more stuff to